This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social, and I am delighted to be joined by Lou DiBella. Lou, how are you?
It's good. I'm good, man. I can't complain. That was a wild scene up there. I'm glad everybody's fine. No one took a real punch. Just a lot of passion for this fight right now. Both these men know what's at stake, and what's at stake is everything. You know, on Saturday night, two of the best heavyweights in the world, the two best heavyweights in the world who are willing to fight each other, they're fighting Saturday night. And the winner is going to be the man, and the leverage in the division changes. So both these men know what's at stake. And Deontay, man, he has had a long road to try to get a defining fight. You know, Fury was able to fight Klitschko and get that defining win. Saturday night, I mean, granted, I think Ortiz is a bad man, and that was an unbelievable win by Deontay. But Saturday night, this is Deontay Wilder's defining fight. And everything's at stake. He's never been more ready. He's got the hammer of Thor, and I think it's going to land at some point in that 12 rounds. And as great a boxer as Tyson Fury is, and he may be the best boxer in the division, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
It was very tasty up there. Was you expecting that at the beginning of the day?
Well, we had about 7 security guards up there that were about 6'5" and weighed over 300 pounds each. So, yeah, we thought it was a possibility. And it was, you know, look, it really is. There's an awful lot of passion, and both guys, they could have fought a week ago. They both been ready. So and they got entourages and people around them, and people around them are saying stuff, and they're saying stuff to each other. You know, most of this promotion has been in good fun in terms of stuff that's being said, but when you get down to fight time, all the good feeling and cheer goes into the background. And then you have two men that know that on Saturday nights, their ability to feed their families, their ability to advance themselves and their lives is at stake. And, you know, that makes for a lot of passion, and sometimes that makes for some fire and some fisticuffs.
You mentioned Deontay after that defining fight for a while now. How come it has taken until now to get, obviously Tyson Fury in this instance, but instead of somebody
Maybe
else?
Because Anthony Joshua's afraid. I don't know. But, you know, not everybody wants to take on a big challenge, and it's a business. You know, I'm not going to sit here and even talk necessarily about fear. Maybe it's not fear. Maybe it's just good business. You're the homecoming hero. You win gold medals. You can fight Bozo the Clown and sell 60,000 seats. So how much risk do you want to take? Tyson Fury was willing to take the risk. Deontay Wilder was willing to take the risk of Fury. That's why this fight happened. Once it became clear the other fight wasn't happening, it didn't take months or even weeks for this to happen. It wasn't a deal that was particularly difficult to make. You need two guys to want to, you know, in order to dance, you need a dance partner, you know, and in order to fight, you need a willing opponent. And these two champions were willing to fight each other, and that's why this great fight's happening Saturday night at the Staples Center on Showtime pay-per-view.
Apart from obviously both fighters wanting to have this fight, how easy was it to negotiate the deal compared to the Anthony Joshua one?
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't intricately involved in the negotiations. I can tell you that it was done very, very quickly. Once, it's not rocket science making a fight. It's not rocket science. It's not like you don't have to be a frigging genius to negotiate a deal for a fight. You have to have man one who wants to fight man two, and the people that represent him just have to sit down and figure out what's in the pot, how do we divvy up the money, and that's it. This is not like rocket scientry. So it wasn't particularly difficult. You know why? Fury wanted Wilder, Wilder wanted Fury, done deal.
Now, Tyson mentioned on stage, you've seen over social media people saying the only chance he has on winning is over the points, the only chance of Wilder has on winning is knockout. Do you believe that, or do you see what he was saying?
But I don't think people are crazy saying that. I mean, the likelihood is Wilder would win by a knockout, and the likelihood would be Fury would win by points. But when you have two giant men who are great athletes in the ring, anything can happen.
What type of fight are you expecting on Saturday night?
I'm expecting a fight that's tactical at times, but less tactical than people think. I'm expecting a fight's going to break out in the middle of a boxing match. And when that fight breaks out, the guy that's got the hammer of Thor, the baddest man on the planet, the hardest puncher in the world, is going to win. Tyson Fury's aim has to be to take Deontay into deep waters without getting hurt. It's not impossible to hit Tyson Fury, and at some point during this fight, he's going to get hit. And when he does, I think he's going to be in trouble.
Do you believe we will see the Tyson who fought Vladimir Klitschko in terms of the levels that he can produce, or do you think it's still maybe too early?
I think you'll see that level. I mean, you don't forget how to box. I mean, the people that are saying, oh, he needed another fight or two before this, no, that's bullshit. I mean, why? He needed to outbox the guy and win 12-0 two more times? No. I mean, he knows how to box. He knows what his style is. He knows who he is in the ring. He's a very smart fighter in the ring. I think you'll see the best of Tyson Fury. I think you'll see the best of Deontay Wilder. And I think the difference is going to be the punching power of Deontay Wilder.
Next year, where does the winner go? Is there a rematch clause?
I'm not talking about anything. All I'm thinking about is Saturday night, December 1st. All I'm thinking, 3 days from now, Staples Center, middle of that ring, that's all I'm paying attention to.
I had an interesting conversation with my colleague who interviewed during the previous press tour when the fight was announced, and we were talking about how big this fight is in the heavyweight division, and we argued it was possibly the biggest one that we've seen since Lewis Tyson. Do you think that's fair to think?
I mean, probably not in terms of, if you're going to judge it by pay-per-view buys, no. If you're going to judge by the significance of the fight to boxing today, the significance of the fight to the heavyweight division, I totally agree with you.
Well, Lou, I know you've got a shoot. You've got a lot of people who want to catch up with you, so thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
My pleasure.
Thanks.